Good viewers, you're welcome to another episode of Tommy Talks Legal. This is another week and we'll be discussing another interesting topic. But before I begin, I would like to say a very big thank you to everyone that has subscribed to our YouTube channel and to those who are taking their time to give us the thumbs up button. We really do appreciate. And to those who take it a step further, reaching out to us via calls, WhatsApp messages, sending their questions via the comment sections, we are indeed grateful. You're the reason why we are encouraged, or I am encouraged. And today I'll be attending to those people who have taken their time to ask me questions that they want clarifications on. But before I continue, I would like to introduce myself to you once again. My name is Tomilola Daniel, your real estate consultant and your due diligence doctor, protecting the investment of my clients, and not just protecting the investment of my clients, ensuring revenue generation. We always want money. Yes, we want money. We want our investments to grow. We want the cash rolling in and nothing truncating revenue generation for our investments. And that is why you would always need Tommy Talks Legal, and I will be here for you, rendering to you the best of my services. So before I proceed, as I said before, we would like to answer the questions of those who have taken the time out to reach out to us with your comments. But before I continue, I would like you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, click on the like button, and share with your audience. So I'll be taking the first question for today, and this question is being asked by Joseph Bab. He says, if a landlord writes the tenancy agreement and does not use a lawyer, is a signed agreement between the landlord and tenant considered legal under the Nigerian law? Yes. An agreement a tenancy agreement is a written document between two parties. A written document between two parties as regards the tenancy or the duration of a tenancy, and it's always written at the beginning of the tenancy, or even it could even be while the tenancy has commenced, when the landlord may see a reason, or the tenant may see a reason why a tenancy agreement should be written. So whether it is drafted by the lawyer on behalf of the landlord, or it is drafted by the landlord himself or herself, the tenancy agreement is enforceable. It is valid. It is okay. So most of the time, it is not out of place for a landlord to draft the tenancy agreement by themselves. But the problem is, will they be drafting that agreement in the light of the tenancy law? Will they be able to protect their interest properly? Because when their interest is not properly protected, or the terms and conditions of the tenancy agreement that is drafted by the landlord is alien to the tenancy law of that state, it is just normal that that agreement or those terms and conditions that are alien to the tenancy law of that state will not be enforceable. So it is okay for a landlord to want to draft his or her tenancy agreements by themselves. But what is the assurance that they will be able to properly protect their interest, and they will not be drafting agreements that is repugnant or alien to the tenancy law of their state? And also, if you are a tenant who you know that, it is my landlord that drafted this agreement, it is your duty to call your lawyer to review the agreement for you before you sign, so that you would not be putting yourself in a place of disadvantage. So in answering the question, it is okay if a landlord wants or desires to draft their own tenancy agreement. But is it the best for them? No. So the second question goes like this. By the same Joseph Bao. He says, should the landlord's written agreement carry the stamp duty to make it legal and enforceable under the Nigerian law? Yes. It is paramount that the tenancy agreement carries the stamp duty of the FIRS or LIRS, as the case may be, before it can be enforceable in court. So sometimes you could even have situations where landlord may not how will I put it now? Landlord may not stamp the tenancy agreement or the lease agreement upon commencement. But if at any point in time there is a reason why the landlord feels that the tenancy agreement should be enforceable or wants to enforce the terms and conditions of the contract, it will be required that the landlord stamps the agreement. So if you want to now talk about who is paying for the tenancy, who is paying for the stamp duty or not, I will be talking about that in my next video. So if you want to know who carries the burden of paying for the stamp duty, watch out for my next video. So for a tenancy agreement, for a tenancy period of 7 years, less than 7 years. So if you have a tenancy period of 1 to 7 years, because a lot of people shy away from stamping their tenancy agreement with the cost in mind. But really, the cost of stamping the tenancy agreement is not much. It is percentage based. So if you have a tenancy period of 1 to 7 years, it is 0.78%. So it's not even up to 1% of the value of the agreement, or of the tenancy rather. So if you have a tenancy of a rent of 100,000 naira, so the FRS will be charging you, or LIRS will be charging you less than 1% of the value of the rent. So it is not much. And for tenancy period reading from 8 to 21 years, it is 3%. For tenancy period above 21 years, it is 6%. So if you just oppose it, you'll see that the cost of stamping your tenancy agreement or your lease agreement is not much. It's not expensive. So if you want to make the agreement enforceable, kindly get it stamped. So another question by Joseph Osagiede. He says, what is the latest on the new monthly tenancy law in Lagos State? Has it been implemented, and is it active in Lagos? So I want to apologize to this person, because this person sent this question in about 3 months ago. I'm apologizing that I'm just answering. But so now this law is yet to be implemented. It's still being tested. It is not yet in law. Even though we know that according to the tenancy law, we have a 1 month tenancy, we have the 3 month tenancy, we have the 6 month tenancy, and we have the yearly tenancy that has been proposed or implied in the tenancy law. But there is no law now imposing the one month tenancy payments on any tenant or landlord in Lagos. So no landlord is under any obligation to receive a 1 month rent. So it is at their discretion, it is at their pleasure whether they want to receive their 1 month their tenancy, or rather their rent, on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis, or on a half yearly basis, or on a yearly basis. It is totally at the discretion of the landlord. But what I think the Lagos State is trying to do is to intervene, as they've always been doing in the real estate sector, trying to make life easy for people living in Lagos because of the body of paying rent, to kind of ease it. And the reason is because there's already a scheme for the civil servants, quote and unquote, called rent to own. Public servants called civil servants called rent to own, that allows them to pay on a monthly basis, pay their rent on a monthly basis or on a quarterly basis, as the plan is, to enable them own the property. So they pay on a monthly basis towards owning the property. So the Lagos State government was trying to look out for a way whereby they can help people in the private sector, so that there's a wider coverage. A lot of people can benefit from it outside, the civil service, I believe. And this is that was why they tried introducing the policy and see if it can be tested and implemented into law. But I believe that this law would encounter a lot of challenges, because it would have to do with consistency of income. You have to look at the rate of default and so many other things. So the policy was to for interested individuals, they go before the Lagos State government, whereby they've already set up a remittance and collection team, and the team actually, once you go before them to make such applications to be under such scheme, they will now pay your rent on your behalf to your landlord on a yearly basis, while you begin to remit to them on a monthly basis. So they already, how will I put it now, guidelines and regulations, for that scheme, which will be made known to every interested party or persons. So it is not yet implemented because of its attendant challenges. So it is not yet a law. So I believe Joseph Osagede have been able to answer you. Then Collins Apelu says, can my landlord issue quit notice while my tenancy is still on? And the answer is a very big yes. Your landlord can issue your tenancy either upon commencement, or while it's still subsisting, or at the end, depending on whatever transpires or the circumstances that may arise or warrant that your landlord issues you a quit notice. So most of the times, when there is a breach of contract or a breach of tenancy agreement, your landlord may choose to issue you a quit notice, especially where dialogue or mediation has failed. Your landlord can issue you a quit notice. So you can even pay this month, and by the following month, for certain reasons, your landlord is issuing you a quit notice. Now, for those certain reasons why your landlord may issue you a quit notice, this is why I would always say that ensure that you carry your legal personnel along, or your legal practitioner along, or your solicitor along when issues like this arise, so that they can properly advise you. So that if your landlord is quitting you at the commencement or 1 month after the commencement of your tenancy, you would be able to get a refund, a certain refund of your rent, so that at the end of the day you will not be going empty-handed. Then some terms of settlement can be agreed upon by both parties. So terms of settlement could mean, this and this is the reason why I am asking you to leave. Okay, I am going to be refunding some tranche of your rent to you, so that these tenants can also have time or money to actually, evacuate that premises. So because of this, there are peculiarities to every situation. It's not cast in stone, but your lawyer will be able to advise you properly on the approach to take, and also watch out for your interest. So once again, I want to say thank you to everyone that has sent in their comments. We appreciate it. And those who have answered via text, responding in writing to their questions, please go to the comment section and see for yourself. So once again, I want to encourage you, if you've not subscribed to our YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, click on the like button, and share generously with your audience so we have a wider coverage. Thank you very much.